Good morning. Today we have a very special episode. We have the pleasure of interviewing Vasco da Gama. If you don't know who he is, let me give you a brief update before we jump to the interview. Vasco da Gama is a Portuguese explorer who was one of the first to sail directly from Europe, more specifically from Lisbon, and along the coast of Africa, reaching his final destination, India. Da Gama was born in 1460 to a family of nobles in Sines, which is located in Portugal. Actually, his father was also an explorer. Da Gama traveled to India by the sea, and he was able to do this because he had learned to navigate in the navy. His exploration was instrumental in establishing Portugal as a major colonial empire in Europe. So, for our first question to Mr. Da Gama is, on your voyages, did you intend to spread any religious beliefs?
The King of Portugal, King Manuel I, wanted to find lands that were already Christian. King was under the impression that India was the legendary Christian kingdom of Prester John. I didn't convert anyone to Christianity, I just needed to find Christian lands that were already existed.
Thank you. And our second question would be, what were some of the resources that you were looking for in the lands of India and some of the resources that you wanted to trade?
I carried letters of information from the King of Portugal, as well as cargoes of gold, pearls, wool, textiles, bronze, iron tools, and other goods that I wanted to exchange for spices in India.
My third question is that on your journey, did you intend to establish any new trade routes? Was that one of your major goals?
One of the main goals was not only to find Christian lands and spices, but also to establish sailing routes to India. I wanted to get to India and I planned to reach it by sailing around continents of Africa and through Indian Ocean. Then I left Lisbon. I first went a little south of Portugal to get fresh provision and water from Cape Verde Islands.
Thank you, Mr. Da Gama. And to wrap up our show for today, would you please tell us a small anecdote about one of your new world encounters?
I set out for India with cargoes of gold, pearls, wool, iron, and other goods. I believed that my researches would be popular and that I could simply exchange them for spices. But as it turned out, then we arrived, I found out that India was actually a wealthy society. At the market, no one was actually interested in my products. Only after some time did I manage to trade some good gold for pepper and cinnamon. So I actually achieved my goals. I found sailing route to India. I managed to get some spices, and I found a land that was not completely Christian, but it was partly Christian.
Thank you for all these answers and for taking your time to be on our show today, Mr. Da Gama. And that is all we have time for today. So stay tuned until next time.